Hey, this is Notser, and this is the user replay of the week. CesilTheDiddler is in the Tier 6 Japanese cruiser Aoba on the map Fault Line. But before we get into the action, if you have a user replay you would like to submit, please submit it to notserreplay@gmail.com. Please have the replay file, in-score screenshots, 1 to 2 sentence summary, and please include the ship name in the title of the email. I really appreciate all the time that you spend in describing the game and giving me your information. I check them out, I try and find some pretty exciting games, and this is no exception. I also try to fill in gaps. I have not played in the Aoba in a really long time, so I felt like it was time to see this ship again. And it is Aoba. That is how the Japanese pronounce the name of the ship. That is how I am going to pronounce the name of the ship. So, Cecil, we're shorten it like that, okay? Cecil is headed over to the eastern side of the map. Now, I'm not 100% on the pronunciation of his name because, quite frankly, I don't see C-E-S-I-L that often, and there's really no reference, so I'm going to assume he wants C-E-C-I-L. That's what he was going for. You know, maybe there was already a CesilTheDiddler. It's a very famous name, of course. But a couple enemy ships intend to do damage to Cecil, so of course he's going to pull back in his Aoba. And as he's pulling back, he fires one last shot over the island. Looks like the back gun was able to clear, but the front guns smacked into the island. And you know what's interesting about Cecil? And I'm sure the player's going, that's not how I want it pronounced. I want it to be Casil. You know, I just don't get this information in the replay. But Cecil, he likes to play pretty close to a ship, and he's a scroller. Which is, you know, not everyone can use the shift key. It's okay. We build these habits from maybe World of Tanks, maybe some other game where we like to scroll in and out. But he doesn't do it too often. It's not herky-jerky. It works out. Enemy Bajoni is coming around the island. He gives pretty good lead. And he's got AP loaded. Interesting. Some players will just blindly fire whatever the strongest ammo type is for that cruiser class or the battleship class, when you really need to have the right ammo for the right scenario. AP's not good in all of them. HE's not good in all of them. You need to recognize that and use the correct one. Now he fires off another salvo, but the enemy Bajoni turns and avoids it. There is an Omaha, which is a much easier target. Coming up around the island. Ooh, it looks like he's going to get a water line. The Omaha sort of turns in, but he still might be able to do some damage. One ricochet, one penetration, 1500. Maybe the Omaha will continue turning. That's probably his best option to predict the turn of the Omaha. And, oh, yes! 14,000. He could kill him right here if he gets another good salvo. And I think the Omaha lost his propulsion because he paused for a second. A little bit forward. Cecil, yeah, there we go. Come on, get him before he gets away and goes into the gap. Ooh, that's a good, accurate shot. Is it going to land in the right location? Oh, 5K. He's still alive. Ah. Don't you hate that? And that was probably a scenario where a US cruiser, a German cruiser, a Soviet cruiser might have been able to kill it if it weren't for the turret traverse of the Japanese cruiser line. They have by far the worst. It really does stand out. They have the turret traverse of battleships. So that does limit your options when you're trying to maneuver. You sort of have to wait on it. I especially have to wait on it in my 155mm variant of the Mogami. But it's worth it, especially going against a destroyer. You can't beat 155mm. It really is, quite frankly, just the amount of guns at that point. And, ooh, Cecil didn't read that correctly. Did you notice that the smokestack was actually going forward of the ship, so he was therefore in reverse? He hits the target, but he does no damage to the target. Maybe I read that wrong, whatever. Enemy Texas is his primary target. He's got HE loaded, which is Correct. He wants to set him on fire. 4K, 2 fires. Almost certainly, the Texas is going to use his damage control. There's the Omaha. I think he ran aground. I think he pulled a Notser. He should be well out of here, and he just isn't. So, Cecil's going to engage him, try and take him out. He deserves the kill. He did a lot of work earlier on. This Omaha just snuck away, and I think this is the kill shot. It is. Good job. Good, clean kill. First shot, first hit. That's always a good sign when you can see a player not have to range in the target. They have a good understanding of where they need to lead the target. This Texas apparently is still under a dot of some sort. I don't know if he's still on fire. What probably happened is he used his damage control, and there was enough time between the fires on his ship and the torpedoes that were inevitably going towards him to hit him and cause a flood. And I need to do this more often. I don't make enough use of the torpedo systems of the Japanese cruisers, or any cruisers for that matter, but especially the Japanese cruisers. He appears to be just out of range of this battleship that might be coming around this island. But if the battleship does something, maybe he slows down, maybe he turns tight, I don't know. But if you don't send a torpedo, you're not going to hit with your torpedo. And you got to keep telling yourself that, Notser, because you do it terribly. And the two enemy ships sort of are coming together. A little bit of miscommunication. The Texas dies, and he hits a torpedo on something. That must have been a destroyer. Interesting. See, he would have never have known that. Well, you never would have gotten a torpedo hit if he wouldn't have sent it blindly. And yes, did you see it? Split second. Just half a second, the destroyer was showing up. He popped his smoke. The Bajoni is stuck on the carcass of the Texas. He's backing up. Probably should fire HE in this scenario, Cecil. It'll work better. You don't need the AP. 9 times out of 10, AP's probably going to ricochet off the side, whereas HE, if it makes contact and, he doesn't need me telling him what to do, he gets the kill anyway. But 9 times out of 10, you're going to have HE immediately make contact, immediately do damage. Oh, the New York is taken out. Every kill his team gets, the enemy returns the favor. And they are ahead by 5 points. That's probably from a type of ship dying. But the enemy has lost 1 less battleship. So Cecil's team, battleships have more points invested in them. Supposedly they're really important. I mean, they are. But I don't know if they're vastly more important than a destroyer or a cruiser. You take a destroyer out of the team, if the enemy lost their final destroyer, there is absolutely no blind threat to the battleships. Conversely, if all of the battleships were taken out, then a cruiser could be pretty brazen with their angling. They don't need to care at all. Yeah, sure, AP on a cruiser does okay damage, but it doesn't do anything to the level of a battleship. And this enemy Congo is incoming. The friendly Hatsuharu, dirty Ezio, is sending torpedoes. I think it's Ezio. He sent his torpedoes against the Congo. Looks like the Congo is moving out of the way, not going to hit him. That's unfortunate, but of course there was plenty of time for the Congo to decide what he was going to do. It's really when you can get them committed to angle, to engage a target, maybe distracted when the torpedo systems really work. And Cecil takes a quick check at his torpedo systems. It looks like it's not going to be as effective in this particular scenario. There's a giant island, but now that the Congo appears to be slowing down or turning. It's sort of a, I've never seen this before. He zoomed in like this. This is a weird view. Has anyone ever seen that? I've never seen that before. Anyway, I just the comment. I've never seen who zooms in on their torpedoes like that. I've never seen that before. He sent his torpedoes. The Aoba only has 1 set per side of the ship, but it is 4 torpedoes. So we'll see how the Congo deals with this. Unfortunately, man, I've never seen this before. This is so fascinating. Unfortunately, the enemy aircraft carrier probably scouted out the torpedoes. He came really, really close. But maybe the Congo's just not paying attention. Maybe he's reacting too slow. It looks like at least 2 torpedoes will be on target. Man, that Congo is booking, right? I don't even think those 2 torpedoes... Well, no, they're going to reach him. Definitely he's going to get 2 torpedoes to the side. 23,000. He's going to take 2 more. Oh, he's barely alive. He put out the flood. He's using a heal. He hasn't actually fired his guns. Let me rush to take 4 torpedoes, require damage control, and still not be able to fire my gun. Not ideal for the Congo, but it is ideal for Cecil. And let's be frank, we're rooting for Cecil. We want him to win. He's already got 3 kills. He's already done 78,000. Oh, here comes a shot. Cecil is very neutral, which is good. You need to be elusive in your Japanese cruisers. The enemy Congo, is he going to avoid it? He is. We really want a fire on the target. This is the ideal scenario. When you know a target has used damage control recently, you want to set them on fire. A quick check to the western flank will show that a enemy Japanese cruiser, Myoko, is dancing with some torpedoes. And, oh, he takes another one. Does he have damage control? No, I don't think he does. Or he does. Yeah, he just used it. The torpedoes, however, held him straight. Cecil fires AP, and he undershoots because the enemy cruiser was able to react. He fires back, HE. Now, in this situation, I really would recommend HE. Okay, Cecil, he doesn't really care. He does whatever he wants to do. He gets the kills. That's all that matters. And they're still not ahead. The enemy team has 5 points on Cecil's. The Congo ran aground, pulled a Notser, and is taking torpedoes from the enemy torpedo bomber, and he's dead. Ah, man, every single kill that the good guys get, the enemy answers back and keeps this advantage. Enemy destroyer is engaging the friendly aircraft carrier. That's pretty dangerous. It's near max range for Cecil, so not ideal. But you gotta try. You gotta try and save your teammate. And this is really the only target he can engage anyway. The enemy Colorado is behind an island. And just every so often, what I like to do when I'm engaging a destroyer at fairly long range is I like to see if he commits to a turn. Usually, when a destroyer is turning, they're turning for a reason. Either they want to angle against incoming shots, or they want to gain ground on something, and you need to use that to your advantage when you're predicting. Nice. 2,000 points of damage, earned Confederate. Kill him. Oh, way too much of a lead. Way too much, Cecil. That's okay, though. We know where the enemy is. He can't engage the friendly aircraft carrier no longer. He sends his torpedoes. Good play. Again, I can't stress it enough. Send your torpedoes if you ever have a chance of hitting the target. He has a chance of hitting the Colorado. A slim chance, but he has a chance. And it looks like he's trying to outrun the detection. Oh, the enemy destroyer is back. He's being detected by friendly aircraft, and an island's in the way, so probably should just fire on the Colorado. The Colorado is looking at the friendly aircraft carrier. It's going to take him a second or two to react. And, ooh, okay. This is a shot definitely for Cecil. And Cecil angles away. Looks like one shell might disperse. Nope, nope. Shot went wide. Works good. Enemy destroyer is still alive. And this is an interesting point of view. Maybe he was just, oh, typing. He was typing. DB the DD. A couple friendly torpedoes on the Colorado. It's not really a guarantee it's going to cause a flood anymore. The aircraft torpedoes for a couple patches have just had a terrible percentage to cause a flood. But the best thing you can do is stare at that guy, see if he ever drops an inch or a millimeter in his health pool. And if he does, that means he did have a flood, but he put it out if you don't see it continue. And then you should wait. You know, maybe breathe the guns, maybe 3 to 5 seconds, especially for a battleship, and then fire so long as it takes the time to travel there with the immunity falling off when the shells hit the target. That's how you're going to maximize dots on the target, and you're going to get a lot more kills if you can sort of get into that mindset. Especially with the Japanese cruiser. Now, his HE is doing great damage. And the Hatsuharu takes out the enemy. Mahan, oh, he's dead too. The trades are real. Still, back and forth. The enemy team has the advantage, but Cecil and his team is still in this fight. And the enemy is all over his base too, so he'd have to go looking for them. The Colorado is trying to retreat. He is on fire. He did have to use damage control. If Cecil can get another fire, it's going to be great as well. No, he can't do that. But he's doing good damage, consistent damage. It's all you can really ask for. Enemy New Mexico tries to engage him, but he misses. Oh, there we go. 2 fires. All right. One last salvo should be enough, and he can basically worry about the New Mexico. It probably will be close, though, whether the dot sticks to the target. He should have damage control. But I don't know. He could run non-premium. Cecil's running non-premium. There we go. Kraken unleashed. Enemy Colorado defeated. And Cecil's actually using the smoke to his advantage. Now, I think it's not on purpose. It could be. But it looks like it's dissipating anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Enemy New Mexico. I don't get you guys. Why do people ignore threats and go after aircraft carriers when there's a clear cruiser 11 kilometers out? You don't care about the aircraft carrier if you're taking damage. He can't hurt you. Okay, well, he's dead. Never mind. Good job, aircraft carrier. Enemy aircraft carrier did it. Cecil is aware that the enemy turrets are looking right at him. Here they come. Here they come. Angle, angle, angle. Hard to starboard. Hard to starboard. Ooh. And the aircraft carrier, the friendly aircraft carrier, set an automatic command. Is the New Mexico going to run into the torpedo? He does! He does! And he's set on fire. Cecil sort of ignores the target. I believe he actually used damage control. Yeah, he did. Come on, Cecil, take him out. That was a little preemptive, Cecil. This shot should seal the deal. He does take out the enemy New Mexico, and now it's just him and the Ranger. He's got a minute left, and he decides, let's get it on. Fires at the enemy Ranger. He needs to be able to do lots of damage. In this scenario, I would highly recommend switching to AP. Yes, HE sets the deck on fire, and it prevents him from rearming his aircraft. However, he is never going to do as much damage as AP can do against an enemy aircraft carrier that is showing a perfect broadside. Cecil's avoiding the torpedoes. Okay, he does. Come on, Cecil. Man, he's got 20 seconds left. He's got, what, 2 salvos left, and he's just not doing enough damage. He earns high caliber. He sets the target on fire again. But it's just not enough. Cecil, we need more damage. He's got a teammate. Go, Cess, go. There's a Citadel. Oh, man, if he could have gotten more Citadels, he's not even going to get the shell to the target here. It's going to end before it touches him. Or it'll be very close. Very close. Ah, man. That was close, Cecil. Very good game. Very close. You kept your team in the game the entire way through. Like, literally, neck and neck for the entire game. The enemies would get a kill, you would get a kill, you would get a kill, they would get a kill. Cecil earned Confederate, Kraken Unleashed, High Caliber, 6 kills, 11 fires, 5 Citadels, 3 torpedoes, 154,000 points of damage done, almost 500,000 credits earned in a Tier 7 match. Cecil the Diddler earned 1,831 base XP. Just annihilated everyone on his team and everyone on the enemy team. Remember, that's a bonus from winning. You get around, I think, 500 to 1,000 base XP for a win. So Cecil would have easily been around 2,500 base XP. Of the 154,000 points of damage done, 64,000 in HE, 32,000 in AP, 32,000 in torpedoes, 25,000 in floods and fires. Very, very balanced damage. That's basically what you want to see from a Japanese cruiser. Mostly your main battery, about a third from your torpedoes and a third from your fires. And it's just a textbook game in the Aoba. I hope everyone enjoyed seeing Cecil the Diddler in his performance on Fault Line. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.